Happy New Year's. I hope everybody is having a wonderful 2012. I know I'm a little late starting in February. It's the usual story. I've been just super busy, so I'm really sorry. But I just want to start off with the year with a review that I've been testing out the product for about 2 months now, and I'm ready to give my 2 cents. I am probably the last person on this planet to finally do this review, but is the Revlon Lip Butter Lipstick. So I did end up purchasing 10 of them, so I do have a lot of swatches, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the review. So I'm just going to start off with the 2 palest colors that I end up purchasing. So the first one I would like to review is called Peach Parfait. So all of the packaging is completely identical. It has a black base and it says Revlon in silver lettering, and it has a translucent kind of a casing with quilting patterns, and of course the casing, it's its corresponding color to the lipstick. Silver bullet, slanted angle, very standard, and that would be the lipstick. So this would be Peach Parfait. I saw that this was a very popular color. Unfortunately for me, it was a little bit of a miss. It did absolutely nothing for my lips. It kind of just blended in with the color of my lips. It just kind of looks like that. So as you can see, I did have to swatch it kind of over and over again. And it is a very beautiful, like, peachy kind of color. And I think the number one thing I don't like in my lipsticks is glitters. So this one does have a bit of gold glitters in it. It's not gritty whatsoever, but I do prefer just kind of solid color versus any glitter. So that is Peach Parfait 025. So the next color I'm going to introduce is probably my number 1 color out of all the 10. It's called Pink Truffle number 001, and it is this just gorgeous neutral kind of mauve-y kind of color. I know it looks a little dark on the tube, but it shows so beautifully on my lips. It is almost more of a more pigmented color of my current lips, so I just find that it's so neutral, but it's so wearable at the same time because it gives me a very polished kind of look. So Pink Truffle has actually been my number 1 go-to color. No shimmers, just very moisturizing. It's got a beautiful sheen to it, so this is probably my most favorite one. That would be 001 Pink Truffle. I'm just going to go ahead into my next pairing, which will be the 2 reds that I've purchased. So I purchased Candy Apple and Cherry Tart. So I will start off with Candy Apple, which is my preferred red, just because, as I said with Peach Parfait, this one has no shimmers in it. This is more of a primary red, which means that it's a little bit warmer. So it does have a little bit of a orangey kind of an undertone to it. Not extremely orange. I wouldn't be able to pull that off, but very pigmented, beautiful primary red kind of a color. While Cherry Tart is a cooler red and has silver shimmers in it altogether. Also very beautiful, but I find Cherry Tart to be a little bit more sheer. So it is a little hard to see on camera, but this one is a lot more cooler toned while this is warm. And in person you'll see that Cherry Tart is a lot more sheer. So it's a little bit harder to get a good color buildup unless you like really layer it on. Versus with Candy Apple, maybe about 2 layers, very pigmented. So that is Candy Apple and Cherry Tart. I'm going to go to my next pairing, which is more of the pink kind of undertoned color. So that would be Berry Smoothie and Sugar Plum. So they just look like this. 085 is Sugar Plum and 050 is Berry Smoothie. I absolutely love these 2 colors. I normally don't like to wear pink on my lips, but it's nice and gentle. It's not very loud. It's not very bright. I do wear Berry Smoothie a little bit more often. It's just a very classic, like almost like a rosy kind of a red, and it does have very camouflaged kind of glitters. Like you almost could not tell. For the little while I honestly couldn't tell because it blends in. But this color is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, it's just like a very neutral, classic kind of a pink. It looks absolutely stunning on. Just nice and gentle, very feminine. So Berry Smoothie, definitely in my top 3. And Sugar Plum is my number 3. This is a very interesting color because it's got a purple undertone to it. So if anybody that owns Lavender Whip by MAC would understand this lipstick very, very well. It's still on the pink shade scale, but it does have a little bit of a purple undertone. So if you do love Lavender Whip from MAC, or you've never had the chance to try it, this would be a great dupe for that color. So the next two is going to be in the bright pink kind of color spectrum. So that would be Lollipop and Raspberry Pie. So what's on my lips right now is Raspberry Pie. It is just this really gorgeous deep raspberry kind of a color. It is so pigmented. That was with one swatch. Unbelievable how pigmented that is. And I love this to replace the classic red kind of a lip. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now with like a black top, simple hair. But I just find this color absolutely stunning, and it shows up really beautifully in photos. Love Raspberry Pie as a replacement for red. While Lollipop, it's its sister color, but a lot more, it's a lot more neon. It's a lot brighter. Not as pigmented, but it's definitely a louder color. So I think you can see in this swatch that this one is a little bit more brighter. It's almost like a neon-y kind of color, while Raspberry Pie is a lot deeper, a little bit more sophisticated, but gorgeous nonetheless. So the last two colors don't really belong together. They're kind of like the bystanders, but I have Tutti Fruitti, which is 015, and it is this really pretty orangey kind of color. I know during the summer this was like the biggest trend that was going on, but I was always very intimidated to try orange, just because when you think of it conceptually, that doesn't seem like a very logical color to put on your lips. But because this is a very sheer kind of an orange, it is so beautiful on. But it is definitely more of a spring summer color, so since it's February, it's not really the right season to wear this color, but I am very happy to have this color nonetheless. So that's Tutti Fruitti. The very last color I would like to talk about is called Red Velvet, and it's number 040. Definitely the darkest color that I own out of all 10. It looks very intimidating in the tube, but actually when you swatch it out, it's not as dark. It's definitely still dark. It's almost like a dark maroon color, but it's very elegant. I honestly don't know how to explain this color because it seems almost aged, but it isn't. It's actually very beautiful on. The only reason why I'm intimidated by this color is because of how dark it is. So either I do a smoky eye or keeping it, I don't know. It is a very hard color for me to wear, but I am glad I got it. So that is Red Velvet. So that is the 10 colors that I have. So now I'm just going to briefly talk about just my opinion on the lipstick in itself. Okay, so all in all, any of you that might have watched any of my previous videos knows I absolutely hate lipsticks, all because of the one property that lipsticks are so drying. I just hate that dry, tight feeling on my lips, and because in my job I'm an advisor, all I do is talk. I'm just talking and talking and talking, and it's just very discomforting when your lips are just feeling like they're so dehydrated and you get the cracks in your lips. It's just not a sexy look for anybody. So the reason why I just got so curious with these lipsticks is because I saw so many reviews. Everyone was saying how moisturizing it is, the color payoff was so good, and the price point wasn't bad. So I figured I might as well try, because I'm in an office environment. It's kind of nice to just have a nice all over pulled look, not just with eyeshadow and bronzer, but to have a little bit of color on your lips really has a nice finished look to your entire face. So all in all, I love the packaging. I do like that it's translucent, and it does have a clear window at the very top so you can see the actual color of the lipstick. I think the design is very cute. It's very light. The snap is quite hard to get out, so I do love how secure it feels. Probably the biggest comment that I have to say about these lipsticks is because of the name Lip Butters, it is very soft. So I don't know if you guys can see there, but I actually broke this tip, unfortunately, on my cherry tart. Because the lipstick, it's so soft, so you actually can't apply near the tip of the lipstick. You need to apply it right on the full surface of the lipstick, otherwise it's going to break. And so I do find if you don't handle it gently, it breaks very easily. And that is also how I've kind of ruined Tutti Fruitti. I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I do have to push the lipstick down because it's so see, it's getting stuck now. I pulled it all the way down and the lipstick is still stuck up. So that's probably my only problem. I mean, the amount of product you get is not ridiculously a lot, but honestly speaking, you don't really need that much just because lipsticks do go bad. So you do want, you know, fresh, not expired products on your lips. So, but all in all, I'm extremely satisfied. I've got all of these colors from Walmart for under $8. So definitely, if you would love to try out some new colors, try out a lipstick that's not too dry, I would definitely recommend this lipstick for you guys. So that's the end of my haul. I'm sorry if it was a little bit rushed, but I just had so many colors, and probably that is the most important thing you guys wanted to see. So it was really nice talking to you guys again. I promise to make a better routine, and if anything, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I hopefully will speak to you guys soon. Bye.